Hello, and welcome to ENC 1101 Fully Online. We look forward to having a great semester with you. This welcome video is meant to introduce you to some tips, ideas, and major concepts to keep in mind as you begin your semester. The first thing to think about is, what does it mean to take ENC 1101 fully online? One of the major benefits of taking an online class is flexibility. Unlike a fully face-to-face class where you have to be in the classroom at a specific time and place on a regular basis, by taking a fully online class, you have the flexibility of where, when, and how you complete the work, which is a great advantage for many students. However, sometimes students think that taking an ENC 1101 online class is easier than taking a face-to-face class, but that's actually not true. Online classes have their own special challenges, such as workload. So related to that idea of increased flexibility, you also have more responsibility in terms of your workload. So a lot of things that can be accomplished in a fully face-to-face class, they have to occur in an online environment. For example, sometimes conversations that we might have had in class have to be translated online in terms of an assignment. So when you take an online class, you might feel like there is an increase in the workload because of the kind of environment in which you're working. Are online classes harder than face-to-face classes? No, they just have their differences in terms of how the work is completed. So for fully online, you have a lot of flexibility, but you do need to be aware of the workload. So make sure that you're setting apart enough time to really do your best in your writing and to get the most out of this class. Since you're watching this video on Canvas, you already know that Canvas is how you're going to work through this class, submit your assignments, read your instructions, everything. So there are ways that you can use Canvas to help you succeed. First, pay attention to the twice-a-week due dates. In your syllabus, it probably says that you have work due on Wednesdays and Sundays, so that you know for this class, if it's a Wednesday or a Sunday, you probably will have work due for your ENC 1101 class. So do make sure that you're paying attention to those twice-a-week due dates. If you have your calendar somewhere close by, I highly recommend that you already jot in those due dates just so that you can plan ahead. Some of the assignments that we will complete for this class do take quite a bit of time, so planning ahead and balancing your workload is really going to help you succeed. Related to paying attention to your due dates is paying attention to assignment availability. All of the assignments for this class will not be open at the same time. Pacing and structure are really important elements of an online writing class. And so related to that, your instructor will probably have assignments available open for only a certain period of time, like an availability window, most likely 48 hours. The idea here is that you read an assignment, you do your writing for that assignment, your instructor will provide you feedback, and then based on that feedback, you'll be able to move on to the next assignment. So do please make sure that you pay attention to when assignments are open and to when they close. A really great way to understand how the course is organized and to stay on track with the progression of the course is navigating the course through the modules. If you're new to Canvas, or if you've worked with Canvas before, you might see on the left-hand side that there's a list of items like quizzes, assignments, discussions, etc. It can be really tempting to just click there to see what assignments or quizzes you have, but that's not how you should navigate this course. Your instructor has designed this course to operate through modules, and all of the content for the course, including instructions, videos, assignment submissions, everything is organized in order through the modules. So the modules are where it's at. That's where you really want to go through to navigate this course. Going to the other links can really get confusing. Another tool that's really useful in terms of keeping on track and making sure that you submit items on time is the calendar. So the calendar is a really great feature because it provides a visual representation of when the different items are due. So you can definitely use the calendar to your advantage. But just a little quick word of warning. The calendar only includes items that have a specific due date. So for example, if there's a video or instructions for an assignment that for some reason don't have a due date linked with them, they're not going to show up on the calendar. So if you're only navigating this course through the calendar, you will definitely miss important content. So remember, for this class, modules, modules, modules. But sometimes your instructor is going to need to contact the whole class with updates or changes or answers to questions that several students have. And most likely your instructor will communicate with the entire class through the announcements. So getting used to reading your announcements regularly, like at least once every 48 hours, is really going to help you stay up with what's going on in the class, stay connected with your instructor, and just be really responsible in terms of new content for the class and new information that can be really helpful. Canvas offers this really cool feature on the mobile app to set up push notifications for the announcements, and you can also have them sent to your email. So we highly recommend that you link up those announcements with your phone or your email so that you are up to date with new content of the course. Announcements are considered course content, so if there's important information in those announcements, you will be responsible for making sure that you're informed. But always remember that you can communicate directly with your instructor. The best way to communicate directly with your instructor is through that Canvas inbox or through email. So if you want to email or inbox your instructor directly, that's a great way. And if your instructor needs to email or communicate directly with you, they will most likely use that Canvas inbox or email as well. So remember, Canvas is a great way to help you succeed in this fully online environment. An online writing class, how does that work? Many of you might not ever have taken an online class before, or even a writing class in general. So you might have some questions about what actually a writing class is. Well, we have some tips for you to be successful specifically in an online writing class. First, you really want to make sure that you revise your work. Sometimes we may only ask you to submit a paragraph or two, and especially if you're working on the mobile app through your phone, it can be really tempting to just type up your response quickly and hit submit without rereading or revising. Try not to do that. We will be giving you feedback consistently on your work in this class, everything from small assignments to drafts to major final projects. So by submitting your best work the first time, you will be able to get much more out of that feedback. If you submit your best work, you get feedback on your best work, I guarantee you will be a better writer at the end of the semester. All right, so make sure that you're revising your work and submitting the best that you can. Related to that, make sure that you're reading the feedback that you receive. If you're keeping track with the assignments and regularly reading the feedback, you will understand what it's going to take for you specifically to become a better writer. And you'll also have important questions answered and maybe any clarifications if you're confused on how to approach a project. So revise your work, read your feedback. Remember that this class is not just a class between you and your instructor. It's a class of your peers. So make sure that you're staying engaged with your peers. One way that you can do that really well is by engaging in the discussions. So throughout the course of the semester, you'll have discussion assignments, and in these discussions, you'll be asked to read and reply to your peers' posts. So by really reading your peers' work and giving meaningful replies, you'll participate in creating a class community that's going to allow you to get a lot more out of this experience. So remember to stay engaged with your peers. And again, just to repeat, anytime you have a question about the content of the course, if you have something that you think your instructor needs to know about you, don't hesitate. Reach out to your instructor. At FIU and in our Writing and Rhetoric program, we really care that you succeed and we care about you as a person. So don't hesitate. Reach out to your instructor with any questions or concerns that you have. If you have a question, however, about a technical issue, like something's glitching on your computer or you're unable to submit an assignment because of a technical error, your instructor can't really navigate those issues for you. So your best bet is to contact Canvas support or FIU online. So remember, if you have a question related to course content, your instructor is your main line. If you have a question or you need help with technical support, you should reach out to Canvas and/or FIU Online. So I hope this welcome video gave you a little bit of an overview of what it's like to take a fully online class, how you can use Canvas to help you succeed, and what to do well or what to work on to do well for a writing class specifically. So we really hope that you have a great semester. We look forward to reading your ideas and to learning from you. Have a great term and go Panthers!